Hello everyone. Today I will tell you what happened in the world on April 10. Camden homes and businesses flooded for the third time in 2022. After days of heavy rain hammering Sydney's southwest, the town of Camden has suffered severely with homes and businesses drowning under the deluge of water. While residents have been left with another major cleanup, some of them are just lucky to survive. Tornado seen tearing across rural field, then changing color as it spins. Storm chasers in Georgia captured footage of a particularly photogenic tornado as it zipped across a country dirt road. Then, as they hightailed it out of there, the twister seemed to all but disappear. As the tightly packed tornado tracked across a dirt road, it appeared to change color as it sucked up dirt and flung it high into the sky. The storm chasers can be heard in the video marveling at the spectacle before them, and road signs could be seen shaking as the winds intensified. Then, the tornado continued to race across a field in close proximity to Well T and a few other chasers in the area. At one point, other funnels appeared to be spinning in the sky around the primary tornado, but they did not reach the ground. Although the chasers were extremely close to the tornado, they kept their own safety in mind while filming the mesmerizing phenomenon. A mud volcano erupted near Huang Yuan Sheng Tien Temple in Wandan Township, Pingtung County. The eruption left large amounts of mud above ground that flowed into surrounding roads and farmland. This is the second eruption of this mud volcano since October 13, 2021. The bursts reached as high as a one-story building, and to keep the mud from further spreading into nearby rice paddies, excavators were mobilized to channel mud toward drainage ditches. Normally a fire would be lit to accelerate the release of natural gas, but because this eruption occurred close to the temple, the village decided to let the gas release on its own without igniting a fire. This was a relatively shallow geological event resulting from natural gas flowing through underground crevices and reacting chemically with groundwater and rocks to form the boiling mud, Central Weather Bureau Seismological Center Director Chen Kuo Chang said. At least 11 people have been killed and 17 others are either missing or injured after a landslide hit a mining area in Abriaqui municipality of Antioquia, Colombia late. Heavy rainfall has been affecting most of Colombia, particularly the Andean and Pacific regions since the beginning of the country's first rainy season, which lasts from mid-March to June, triggering landslides, causing rivers overflow and floods that have resulted in casualties and damage. The most affected areas are in central and western departments, including Cundinamarca, Cauca. The month of March 2022 in the United States had the most March tornadoes on record, 218, beating the previous record of 192 recorded in 2017. Additionally, this is the fourth consecutive year with at least one violent, EF4+ tornado in the month of March. The record longest streak on record was from 1963 to 1967 with 5 consecutive years. There were 5 days with 3 or more strong, EF2+ tornadoes last month: March 5, March 21, March 22, March 30, and March 31. The month also had 41 tornado watches issued, which ties 2008, 2002, and 1976 as the 8th most March tornado watches on record. Nearly 200 diners at New Jersey restaurant trapped by floodwaters in storm. An additional 7 people were rescued from a factory across the street from Battagro restaurant in Hawthorne. A Thursday night dinner at an upscale Italian restaurant in Hawthorne, New Jersey, turned into a rescue mission when fast-moving floodwaters trapped patrons inside. Nearly 200 people were at Battagro restaurant when the Passaic River began to overflow during an evening storm that slammed the tri-state area with more than 3 inches of rain within 24 hours. Video showed diners sloshing through ankle-deep water as they left the restaurant. Speranza said Friday that diners were initially asked to shelter in place and were allowed to leave once the water began to subside. One woman passed out inside the restaurant, the chief said, and had to be carried outside and taken to the hospital. There were no other injuries.
Argentina's Bariloche sends plume of smoke into the sky as fires rage. Some 250 firefighters and national park employees battled blazes in Argentina's Patagonia region, which have destroyed thousands of hectares of forest, authorities said. Some of the fires are as much as 300 kilometers apart. No casualties have been reported so far since Friday. Argentina's Environment Ministry said the firefighting effort was complicated by difficult terrain, distances between blazes, wind, high temperatures, and dry vegetation in the midst of a drought. Heavy rain triggered deadly flooding and landslides near the Brazilian city of Rio de Janeiro on Tuesday, and meteorologists are warning that more rounds of heavy rain can affect the area later this week. At least 44 were killed and hundreds of others left displaced by the flooding and landslides in Petrópolis, according. Petrópolis is a city and a large tourist area located in a mountainous region about 25 miles, 40 kilometers, to the north of Rio de Janeiro. The city was deluged by heavy rain on Tuesday, with a little over 10 inches, 258 millimeters, falling within a 3-hour period, according. More than 180 soldiers were deployed to the area, and additional specialized search teams were expected to arrive Wednesday. After affecting everyday life in Karachi, Pakistan, a massive dust storm headed towards Gujarat and South Rajasthan and may continue to have an effect till the next 12 hours. Karachi was caught off guard on Saturday morning when a dust storm from West Pakistan disturbed everyday life, with visibility reduced to less than or about 500 meters. Dust storm or dust-raising winds in association with surface winds at a wind speed of 30 to 40 kmph gusting to 50 kmph, is likely over many places of Saurashtra and Kutch, and at isolated places over adjoining Gujarat region and South Rajasthan.